Hello there, we are your host Vivek and Pabitra from the Agile Coach podcast. In this podcast, we bring fresh perspectives to you through our interviews with thought leaders in Agile coaching, facilitation, business analysis, and product management roles. Enjoy. All right, hey folks, today we have Joe Ziadeh here, awesome Agile Coach, and we're playing around with ChatGPT. And we're kind of testing out just the prompts and how ChatGPT thinks. So we have a prompt here. We want ChatGPT to act like a Scrum Master. I gave this conflict situation in the Scrum team, and I wanted to use its knowledge of teaching, coaching, mentoring, communication, and conflict resolution to provide me with specific suggestions on how to solve this one conflict. So also share that, hey, I want ChatGPT to use surveys, talks, interviews, team meetings, games, exercises, and including other parties like stakeholders or line managers and other useful practices. So the question is, tension has been mounting. So I just want to give this credit. So I actually found this prompt from a blog. Stephen Wolfers actually did this. And I just wanted to try it for myself. And I want you to evaluate the answers. So first request is, tension has been mounting among the team members of a Scrum team for quite some time. The stakeholders have unrealistic expectations regarding future increments and are dissatisfied with team's performance. The technology your Scrum team has built over time is increasingly less reliable, and technical debt is notably increasing. Shortly into the sprint retrospective, the team members start arguing loudly and passing blame. How would you handle this situation?
Okay, let's see how. All right, so this obviously ChatGPT is going for its Scrum Master certification. So is this it writing it right now?
Yeah. So I want you to just evaluate the answers.
Okay, in this situation as a Scrum Master, here's some steps I would take to resolve the conflict and improve the team's performance. Okay, let's see how our robotic overlords do with this. Acknowledge the situation. I would acknowledge the tension among team members and the challenges the team is facing with the stakeholders and the technology. I would also acknowledge the importance of finding a solution that works for everyone. So far, so good. Facilitate a team meeting. I would schedule a team meeting and invite all team members to participate. During the meeting, I would encourage team members to share their perspectives and concerns about the situation. I would make sure that everyone has the opportunity to speak and be heard. Let's pause. So far, so good. I mean, for an AI, I've met Scrum Masters who can't do it this well. So hats off, ChatGPT. All right. Identify the root cause. I would work with the team to identify the root cause of the conflict. This might involve conducting a survey or interview to get a better understanding of the issues. Once we have identified, okay, that one's hand wavy. That one's, hey, figure out what the problem is. All right, so ChatGPT gets a B- on that.
Okay.
But very eloquently stated.
Yes.
Establish a common goal. I would work with the team to establish a common goal that everyone can work towards. This might involve revisiting the team's objectives and aligning them with the stakeholders' expectations. It might also involve setting realistic goals for the team. Yeah, okay. So, I mean, so other than the magic of us solving the problem, so far we're still good. Develop an action plan. I would work with the team to develop an action plan to address the technical debt and improve the reliability of the tech. This might involve identity. Okay, vague question, vague answer. I can support that.
Yeah.
Encourage collaboration. I would encourage the team to work collaboratively to implement. Okay, this might involve pairing team members to work on. Okay, a little more hand wavy again. Make people work together. To be fair, though, this is a soft answer, and we're talking to a computer, so I'm not sure it could actually figure that out. And then evaluate progress. I would regularly evaluate the team's progress and provide feedback. Okay, yeah. Overall, it is important to remain calm and objective when dealing with conflicts in a Scrum team. By following these steps, we can work together to find a solution that works for everyone and improve the team's performance.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. I mean,
I just want to go deeper into its knowledge and assess. So I want to understand, it said things about technical debt, right? So I want to ask some question about that, but let's ask it, is there anything else? And see if it comes up with anything else.
One additional step that might be helpful in resolving this conflict is to involve the stakeholders directly in the team's work by inviting stakeholders to participate in sprint. Wow. It even called out the appropriate team meeting.
Yeah.
Respect. They can get a better understanding of the team's progress and the challenges that they're facing. This can help to set more realistic and build. Additionally, it might be helpful to involve a tech expert to help the team address any technical debt and improve the reliability of the technology. By bringing in an outside perspective, the team can get fresh ideas and insights into, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
I just want to go into, let's say if I'm a new Scrum Master and I'm not technical, I don't understand technical debt. So help me understand technical debt. And as a new Scrum Master, how should I go about, this was action plan, go about bullet point number 5 that that asks me to develop an action plan. Okay, let's see. Oh, I think it glitched out. Not sure what happened. Okay.
Well, this is an important difference between ChatGPT and real Scrum Masters, and that real Scrum Masters don't tend to, glitch and just fall on the floor. So, I mean, we're still talking about a beta, so
That and also elaborate and help me understand how to go about bullet point 5. Okay.
sure, I can help you understand tech debt and how to address it. Technical debt is a metaphor used to describe the cost of maintaining and updating software or other tech that are not designed or maintained in an optimal. Yeah, so far so good.
Good. Yeah.
It refers to the additional work required to fix or improve that were built quickly. Okay. I don't know. Without proper planning seems a little judgy, but that's okay. Um, Technical debt can accrue over time as systems become and can lead to decreased infection, increased and decreased. If left unaddressed, can wow. Okay, yeah. To prioritize it as an issue that needs to be resolved. This might involve identifying and categorizing different types of tech debt, such as tech design debt, code debt, and tech documentation debt. It even breaks it down. Nice. Once identified, um, the team should assess the impact of the debt. Okay, should then develop a plan to. Okay, well, I was going to say this is hand wavy, but no, they're getting specific.
Yeah.
Refactoring or rewriting the code. Okay, improving documentation, re-architecting the system. Okay. Vague question, vague answer. I can't expect more than refactoring when I haven't told it anything about the code. So far, I'm good with this. To go about bullet point 5, which involves running reports on employee benefits utilization and cost.
This is an easy
Okay.
one.
Yeah, I think it got lost. And
Yeah.
what metrics will be used to measure benefits utilization? Yeah. Okay, it got confused. Now it's talking about HR benefits and stuff. That's okay. It was so far, I've been super impressed with this.
So let's directly bring it back to the point and
Okay.
see if it gives any helpful things. Um, develop an action plan to address technical debt and improve the reliability of technology. Involves identifying the areas of the system that needs improvement and outlining specific action item to address them.
Wow. The team needs to identify areas where the tech debt is most significant and the system's reliability is weakest. This could involve reviewing the code base, performing code reviews. That's kind of the same thing. And running tests to identify areas of the system that require attention. Okay. That's how you would find areas where the reliability is weakest, by running tests. Okay. That reminds me of how Netflix has the chaos monkey where
Yeah.
they deliberately try to break their system. So that's cool.
Yeah.
Developing.
This is a little bit
Okay.
hard to read. So let's say we send this command and I'm asking it to use the Gen Z tone and make it fun. And this might
Hold
be
on.
fun. This is for fun.
Okay. The Gen Z tone. Wow. I'm not even, for the record, this has been generated by ChatGPT. I am in no way trying to say that this is the tone. And if I happen to slip into accents or voices, that's my personal problem and has nothing to do with my judgment of Gen Z. I love Gen Z. I'm Gen Z? I don't know how that works. We'll figure that out later. Okay. Sure, I can try to make the items more fun and use a Gen Z tone. Here's some rephrased instructions. Get lit on data integration and migration. It's like organizing your closet for software. You got to get rid of that old code that doesn't spark joy anymore and make room for the new.
Yes.
I I I mean, I'm not sure how data integration and migration is like your closet. Uh, Code isn't data, but okay. Appreciate the effort. Get your sales game on point. Time to level up and crush those targets. Don't let those sales numbers stress you out. You got this. Think of it like a TikTok challenge. You got to keep up with the trends and show off your skill. Wow.
This is what ChatGPT thinks of what Gen Zs do and talk and
Gen Z, I feel like you should be at least mildly insulted by this. If not, hats off to you. Meditate your way to a happier you. Take a chill pill and breathe in some good vibes. It's like doing a virtual yoga class, but for your mind. And AI is telling us how to meditate now.
yes.
And apparently, to this AI, that just means taking a chill pill and breathing in those good
Good
vibes.
vibes.
All right. Okay, hold on. Now it's starting to get confused again.
Yes.
Be the ultimate benefit manager. You're like the Robin Hood of employee benefits, making sure everyone gets the perks they deserve. It's like a game of Sims, but instead of building a virtual family, building a team of
It's getting
employees.
confused. Yeah, it's picking up the message from the prompt from earlier one.
That's okay. I just like that it's saying that work is like The Sims. So instead of The Sims is like work, the computer is like work is like The Sims. Okay. And then last, keep it 100 with your Scrum team. When tensions rise and the blame game starts, it's time to hit the reset button. Get the squad together, hash out the issues, and work on an action plan. It's like being the captain of a sports team. You got to get everyone on the same page and working towards the same goal. I mean, except for the benefit manager thing, so far, I'm kind of impressed.
What other question as you're interviewing ChatGPT, if you will hire it for as a Scrum Master, what other question do you want to ask ChatGPT?
Ask ChatGPT to explain emotional intelligence to us. Emotional, I want to make sure that it gets the right word there. AL, yeah, perfect.
Is there anything else you want to add, like as in a anything you want to
Oh,
specify or just
are there other tones than Gen Z? Can we say Gen X and see what it says? Okay, hold on. I'm letting this build up, closing my eyes. I want to be surprised. It's working hard. Oh, it's it's generating. It's just working a little harder. Okay. Sure, I can explain emotional intelligence to you in a Gen X casual tone. Emotional intelligence is all about being aware of your own emotions and the emotions of others. It's like having a superpower that helps you navigate through all kinds of social situations.
hmm.
Think of it like this. You know that friend who always knows what to say in any situation? They're probably really emotionally intelligent. They can read the room and adjust their behavior and conversation to make everyone feel comfortable and happy.
Hmm.
Emotional intelligence is all about being able to understand and regulate, said that before, as well as being able to empathize with others and understand their emotions. It's like being able to put yourself in someone else's shoes and see things from their perspective. Okay. So, why is emotional intelligence important? Well, it can help you in all kinds of situations from work to relationships to social settings. By being emotionally intelligent, you can communicate more effectively, build stronger relationships, and better manage stress and conflicts. It's like having a secret weapon in your back pocket. So
Hmm.
take time to work on your emotional intelligence, whether it's through reading books or talking to a therapist. Your future self will thank you. Not a bad definition. Gen Z is a lot more fun than Gen X. Kind of disappointed in the Gen X tone.
Yeah. Anything you wanted to go specific, more specific? like a scenario? Really
Not
testing.
in this, not in this one. Ask it to explain the story pointing to us as a Gen Z. Okay, so we're building it up. I gotta let it build up as I'm not looking. Keep my eyes closed. Come on, Chat GPT. Let's see what you got. All right. Story pointing in Scrum is like playing a video game where you're trying to level up your skills. It's a way for the team to estimate the level of effort and complexity involved in completing a particular task or user story. Okay, I don't understand what it's saying there. But okay. Basically, story pointing involves assigning a number of points to each user story based on how complex or time consuming it is to complete. This helps the team to better plan and manage their work during the sprint. Okay. It's like when you're playing a game and you need to choose your character's skills and abilities. You want to make sure you choose the right skills so you can level up quickly and beat the game. In the same way, the team wants to make sure they're choosing the right tasks to work on so they can complete them efficiently and meet their sprint goals. Okay. The cool thing about story pointing is that it's a team effort. Each member that gets there in it, it's like, okay. So if you're on a Scrum team, don't be afraid to speak up. Okay. C minus.
Yeah, pretty bad. But let's see,
Yeah.
let's steel man this and let's just see what it says about disadvantage of story pointing. See it has if it has that ability to come up. Okay, and let's see what kind of points that it points out. It's time consuming, inaccuracy. Okay.
Yeah. I some of that's baked in, but okay. Pressure to conform. Yeah, definitely a challenge. Yes. Unhealthy competition, definitely.
Yes.
Can lead to focus on points rather than outcomes. Absolutely.
Mm. Okay. I'm more satisfied with its ability to answer this question versus the above one.
This one's really good.
Yeah. I have a few questions that I want to ask just to assess their skills, but do you have any relating to this?
No, although I want to open up my browser and see if I can ask it some fun questions, and then I'll.
Yeah. I want to assess its abilities to like write user stories and create product backlog. So I'm gonna say create a 10 product backlog items for a Uber like ride sharing app. So let's say if you can write user stories with,
Hold on. I've got one. I got one for you.
all right, what is it?
I'm gonna send it to you in chat. I just asked it a prompt. There you go.
Got it.
Tell me the history of Scrum as an agile framework. Okay. Mine started off a little differently. Mine starts off, hello, hey, fellow Gen Zer. So, like, have you heard about Scrum? It's this agile framework that's super popular in the software development industry.
Hmm.
So for you, it said, all right, so let me tell you about the history of Scrum as an agile framework in a way that's totally rad for Gen Z. So back in the day, like the 1990s, software development teams were like they use like a lot,
Yeah.
like trying to make awesome, but that's okay. But they were having trouble because the traditional development methods were like totally outdated and slow. That's when this guy named Jeff Sutherland had this like totally rad idea to create a new agile framework called Scrum. By the way, it was Ken Schwaber and Jeff Sutherland together who actually did
I don't know
this.
why they left Ken out.
Yeah, Ken isn't getting props. Um, he was inspired by a rugby team in New Zealand where everyone works together to get the ball across the field and score a touchdown. He was like, "Whoa, this is what software teams need to do: work together, be flexible, and score big." I really want to hear Jeff say, whoa, this is what software teams need to do.
Yes.
And like it totally worked. Scrum became a super popular agile framework that was all about collaboration, self-organization, and continuous improvement. It was all about being agile, which means being quick and responsive to changes and focusing on delivering value to the customer. Scrum is all about teamwork, transparency, and communication, which are totally key skills for any team to have in the modern world. And it's not just for software development. It can be used for all kinds of projects, from marketing campaigns to event planning. Today, Scrum is still going strong, and it's used by like tons of companies all around the world. It's a totally rad framework that's helped teams to be more productive, more innovative, and more successful. So if you're on a team and you want to make things happen, maybe you should give Scrum a try. That is a totally rad answer to that question.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, now what was your question?
Okay, my question, I just want to see if you can actually help as a Scrum Master, if you can, has an understanding of the product backlog items and can write user stories. So I'm asking it to write a product backlog items for an Uber-like ride-sharing app with user stories.
All right, let's see what it says.
Spikes and technical stories. All right, sure. There's some product backlog items.
Wow. As a user, I want to be able to enter my pickup location and destination so that I can easily request a ride. As a driver, I want to be able to see a list of available ride requests so that I can accept rides and earn money. As a user, I want to be able to see the estimated cost of my. Wow. It had to have picked these up from somewhere. Research and identify the best map and navigation tools to use in the app. I want to be able to see a history of my earnings and ride history. I want to be able to rate my new payment processing. Wow.
Yeah, pretty good.
This is really good.
Let's see if we can
Wow.
add acceptance criteria to these 10 stories. All right, app should allow users to enter pickup location. 2 conditions. 3.
Be able to select their preferred type of ride. Should provide a clear estimation of the fare for the ride. Okay. Should allow drivers to view ride requests. See important details about the ride. Should be able to accept or decline with a certain amount of time.
I'm definitely going towards, yeah.
I'm curious. After this is done, I want to try and give it a something more generic, because I feel like it could have picked these up off the web.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
somebody's probably done this. But I mean, if it's coming up with these things, I am in shock.
Yeah.
I mean, this is really good.
It's writing a spike.
Research the restriction and identify and compare. Let's see if it time limits it. Should provide clear recommendations on should be presented. Okay, didn't time limit it, but that's okay.
So last thing I want to do here is I wanted to estimate and prioritize the stories and generally see how it does it. The thing that you can do is you can challenge it and like just question it, and it kind of starts to think a little harder, just like any interviewer. Let's see how it does it. If we can challenge it on its prioritization of these stories.
All right. Okay, estimate, get it. Let's see how it estimates. All right.
Okay.
It used story points. Okay.
Hi.
All right. 2 priority high. Okay. I'll be curious to see if everything is. Oh, it did have a medium. Okay, so not everything's high.
Yeah.
I want to be able to see. Okay, medium.
So technical story. Okay, this is highest
Yeah,
priority, pretty high. Okay.
that one would be high. We'll be able to book a ride in advance. Okay. Set my own availability. Oh, interesting. It's using 4, so it's not using Fibonacci.
Yeah. What factors are you considering on the prioritization? So let's see. I'm just curious how it's
Oh,
prioritizing.
wait, hold on. What's it say here? The estimation is based on the complexity of your sort of. The prioritization is based on the urgency. In general, items that have a high priority and lowest should be complete first, followed by, okay, yeah.
Okay. So I'm just what is using on prioritization? I'm just curious. So it's using business value.
Hmm.
Okay. User
Okay,
impact,
user impact, technical complexity. Okay.
dependencies. Okay.
I'm not sure how it's determining dependencies, but unless it can actually determine which of those dependencies or stories were dependent on others, how urgent. I mean,
Um,
somebody got to this thing and started working with it because there's no way this is how it started out. I mean,
yeah.
this is impressive.
Yes. And this is 2021 data. The new model is yet to be upgraded. So Joe, let's do this like the game that we're talking about. Let's just test with a edge case, right? Like let's see if we can come up with product backlog items for the game that you had in mind.
Okay, hold on. I want to keep our game secret, but
Oh yeah, just
let me
like
come up with a different one. Yeah, I'll
yeah.
come up with one. Hold on. Okay. What was the prompt that you used for the backlog?
Create me a product backlog for a game that does XYZ.
Create me a product backlog for a horror game set in, where's a funny place for a horror game to be set? In a vape shop.
All right, let's do that.
Okay, here, I'll text it, I'll chat it to you because the stories are different.
Um, for a horror game set. It's is it a board game?
Horror video game.
Oh, or a video game in a vape shop. Anything else we want to add, like about a player, single player, multiplayer,
Single player, first FPS,
or
first person
FPS
shooter,
or F
first
or
person shooter.
shooter?
Mhm.
All right,
Where the main character is a beagle.
where a main character is a beagle.
Beagle, Beagle, the dog.
All right, let's see.
Okay. As a player, I want to be able to navigate the vape shop in a first person view so that I can feel fully immersed in the game world. As a player, I want to be able to interact with various objects in the vape shop, such as e-liquids, vape pens, and accessories so that I can find items that will help me survive the horror. All right. As a player, I want to encounter various enemies, such as zombie vapors,
Oh God.
mutated creatures, so that I can engage in combat and protect myself and my beagle companion. I would love to play this game.
Yes.
As a player, I want to be able to find and collect resources such as ammunition, first aid kits, and food so I can survive the horrors of the vape shop. Okay. As a player, I want to be able to upgrade my weapons and equipment so that I can become stronger and better equipped to handle tougher enemies. Okay. As a player, I want to solve puzzles and uncover the secrets of the vape shop so that I can progress through the game and learn more about the horror that has overtaken the shop. Absolutely. As a player, I want to experience jump scares and other horror elements so I can feel scared and unnerved while playing the game,
Okay.
of course. As a player, I want to experience a well written and engaging storyline so that I can be invested in the game's narrative and characters. All right. As a player, I want to have multiple difficulty options so I can tailor the game's challenge level to my skill level and experience. All right. And last, as a player, I want to have a unique and interesting character to play as so that I can have a fun and memorable gameplay experience. These are presented in no particular order and prioritization. Okay. Oh my gosh, I am so excited to see this. Thank you, Vivek. I didn't even know we could ask this question. Hold on, I'm not looking. I want to be surprised. Let me build up a little bit. Okay, we ready? Sure, here's a game write-up for the horror video game set in a vape shop with a beagle as the main character. Vape of the Dead. I'm already into this. Game overview. Vape of the Dead is a first-person horror shooter set in a mysterious vape shop that has been overrun by the undead. Players take on the role of a beagle who must explore the shop, battle zombie vapors, and find a way out of the nightmare. Gameplay. In Vape of the Dead, players will navigate the twisted aisles of a vape shop, searching for weapons and items that will help them survive. The Beagle character will be able to use a variety of firearms and melee weapons to take on hordes of zombie vapors and mutated creatures. Players will need to manage their resources carefully as ammo and supplies will be scarce. Time out for just a second. For the record, we didn't mention zombies at all, and it came to us with zombies, which I love. I
Yeah.
mean, I feel like this ChatGPT knows me. It was
Yes.
like, Joe's here. He's going to want some zombies. So,
Yes.
okay, time in.
Okay.
Okay, they will encounter throughout the game, players will also need to solve puzzles and unravel the dark secrets of the vape shop. They will
Mm.
encounter jump scares and other horror elements, all while trying to make their way to safety. Features. Immersive first game person gameplay set in a detailed, fully realized vape shop environment. Unique character in the form of a beagle companion, obviously. Multiple difficulty levels to suit all player skill levels, upgradable weapons, a compelling storyline that slowly reveals the dark secrets of the vape shop,
Mm.
horror elements, well-designed puzzles. Okay, target audience includes horror game fans who are looking for a unique twist on the genre. I'll give it that. It's definitely unique, as well as players who appreciate a well-crafted storyline and challenging gameplay. Apparently, it wants us to make the Dark Souls of vape shop horror games with the main character or companion as a beagle. And conclusion. Vape of the Dead is a unique, engaging horror game that will offer players a thrilling, immersive experience. With a well-designed environment, challenging gameplay, and a compelling storyline, Vape of the Dead is sure to become a fan favorite among gamers. Take my money. Take my money and give me this game.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Let's do something, and let's just kind of make it real for the developer. Create a product roadmap for the development of this game. Let's see
Absolutely.
if it can do this Q1.
Sure, here's a potential product roadmap for the development of the horror video game Vape of the Dead. Any prospective investor should keep an eye on this. Q1, conduct research and create a detailed game design document. Develop the game's core mechanics and systems, including character movement, weapon handling, and enemy AI. Create a prototype of the game's environment and art assets. Yeah, so far, so good. Q2, implement puzzles and other gameplay elements, develop the storyline and script for the game, begin developing the game's sound design and music. All right. Refine the game's visuals and art assets, begin playtesting and incorporating feedback into the game's design, create marketing materials for the game, including a website and trailer, finalize some game mechanics and systems, continue playtesting and debugging, finalize sound design and music, launch the game on relevant platforms. Okay, so it gives us a year to make this game.
Yeah.
Throughout the development process, the team should prioritize regular communication and should, okay. Huh.
So one thing we can just directly, one thing I want to test is if we can produce JavaScript code for login and sign up for the gamers. And let's see if this impresses you.
Wow. Um, yeah, I mean,
It's doing its work. So just to accelerate the coding process. Um,
wow.
so
I
yeah,
mean, it's simplistic, obviously. I mean, it's doing it all in memory. You'd have to do this in a database or whatever, but we didn't say write this for a database.
yeah. Um, let's see if you can create an architecture diagram for this game and see what it does.
Is it going to do it in ASCII? Oh, that's amazing. All right, let's see. Game UI. Okay. Can you scroll to the right? I'm curious to see how many categories it has.
Sound engine. It's not
Okay, so it says game engine, sound engine, data management, graphics and rendering, network, back up. I mean, okay. I'm a little confused why the sound, yeah,
AI and
the
image behavior. Wow. I mean, yeah, it's adding different things.
the sound engine includes AI and some other stuff, which is confusing to me, but the parts all seem to be there. I'd question the layout, but that could be because contextually it doesn't quite understand the dependencies. And for example, it's got networking before backend,
Yeah.
and it's got physics and collision in the sound engine. The sound engine would require knowledge of physics to make certain sounds. So user input manager, it would need to know where the user's going to render the sound appropriately. Oh, huh,
Okay.
maybe it is right.
Yeah, we'll look into this, but let's say we want the GPT to kind of help our product manager, and if it can create some flowchart for the gameplay loop.
Okay, start game, game introduction, level one, level complete, next level. Okay, level two, game over. Try again. All right.
Sign up. Okay, it's doing it for each of the features.
This is going to take it a minute, but obviously this has got some defects in it.
Yeah,
Not really defects, but questionable decisions. But at the same time,
yeah,
it's doing this on its own.
yes.
So we could go
How
get a cup of coffee.
Yeah, exactly, right. So if we have the right prompt engineering, if you're asking the right question, I mean, it can really help us accelerate, or like, if you're stuck, like it can just generate, things can really help you. So Joe, would you hire this as your AI Scrum Master and a product owner?
I
And
would definitely, I would definitely hire it as a Scrum Master. I mean, it seemed to do pretty well there. It struggled at points, but Scrum Master would get the job. The product owner, I mean, I would at least have a second interview. I mean,
yeah,
we would talk a bit more, but yeah, I could definitely see this person. Like, I'd want to dive deeper into some of this stuff, but yeah. And I mean, but for that game write up alone, I would have hired this person.
yes.
Like in 10 seconds, they came up with Vape of the Dead with our hero, Keanu Beagle. That's what I've decided his name is. And he says, whoa, a lot.
So I think though it's really good in writing the website copy and some of the front end just content work. So obviously this can be improved, but so we're gonna do a part two of this, Joe, where we're gonna take it to a round two interview for testing its content that it's producing. So, but this was really good, cool. We'll just kind of it's really fast. We just need some time to process what you're saying. So I think round 2 of this will be really interesting. But yeah, we had a blast. I'm really impressed.
That
Um,
was awesome. I mean, I've never really played with ChatGPT before. Bam, that's it. I'm in awe. A little worried by the amount of time that it believes Gen Zers say the word like, but you know what? I'll take that on as like research of my own to see if that's true.
yeah. Well, stay tuned. We're gonna come with part 2 and we'll go deeper. Thank you everybody for watching.
All right, that's a wrap with this episode. Thank you for listening till the end. We hope these podcasts are providing value on your Agile journey. If you haven't visited our website, theagilecoach.com, we highly suggest you for other courses and supporting material on your journey. You can also get access to our self-paced courses or learn more about the live training that we provide to become a Scrum Master, Product Owner, Product Manager. With that, we will see you on the next episode. Love and best wishes from the Agile Coach.